Alright, welcome to part 2 of drawing a bee. I'm going to be using charcoal pencils. Okay, you can use graphite if you like, just normal pencils. Where are they? You can use these ones. That's a 12B, so that's your real dark one. But yeah, you'd need grades of these. You'd need to go like 4B, 6, 8, and then probably 12. But charcoal, you got mediums and softs and hards, and then you're going to need one of these little smudge stick. Alright, so I'm going to start. Everybody said hello to Rio. So we've done the outline, we did that in part 1. Part 2. Now, I guess the first thing is the light source. So I'm going to draw the light source. Imagine the sun's up there. So, about a 45. That tree, yeah. He's kind of away from the tree. I'm thinking branches, if they're overhanging, there might be a shadow there. But he's kind of away from the tree, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, we'll just start. So start with an eye, hey? Medium. I'm going to try and get a soft. You got softs, hards, and mediums. Right. Make sure they're sharp. Make sure your pencils are sharp too. And then you got your I've got these. They're little compressed, whatever they're called. Little compressed sticks. That's charcoal. So you do big blends. So we'll start with the dark area down here. So light there. His pupil's going to be black. Now, keeping in mind, eyes are glossy. They're shiny. So we need a reflection. So I'm actually just going to do that here. Just going to get my pencil out. We haven't put that reflection in. So imagine the light's there, you're going to get a reflection. Something like that, and then over here on this side. It's the same direction, so it'll be about there. So that's where you don't want to put any shading or shadowing work. Alright, so I've just done the outline. Maybe a smudge stick. Now eyes are white, so you don't have to do too much of a too much darkness to it. So we're going to follow the curvature too. Well, you can go that way, you can go that way. So you can do this with a ball, any round kind of, anything round. Just get the light source there, so there's going to be a bit darker this side. This is another thing that I've got. So get your mortar and pestle, is that what it's called? I've actually crushed up some charcoal. So this is a makeup brush. So it's got really where is it? It's got really it's got really hard bristles at that end. See that? So even this you can brush there, do your blends. See that? For bigger blends as well. That's kind of what we need around here. See how I'm using that stroke like that, and then around here I'm going that way, and in the middle you can kind of just blend that in. Blow that off. Alright, so then you go back to this little duva. Smudge stick, a bit more of a blend. Just kind of puts the actual charcoal on the page, and then this one here kind of presses it into the real microfibers of the page and do a little bit finer detail. Don't be scared to like put a couple of like lines like that through it, or even a wobble, because that will, you know, it kind of emulates a marble, if you will. Imagine there's, I don't know, something reflecting on it. So one of all my favourite bands, Scarletton's my favourite band. It's my band. Go check them out on YouTube. I got a bit of a weak spot for Slipknot and all those kind of bands, but just depending on the, you know, the mood or the occasion, anything heavy. So I'm just darkening up the edges again. You can see how you got to go over it. Like, this is the third time I've been over that edge, I think. See how the blacks are a lot blacker? So you do that. Once again, you blend it. Give it a nice blend. You're surprised how much, like, you know, this grey will look perceived to be white too. Who are my influences as a musician? Definitely Joey Jordison as a drummer. Guitar wise, God, jeez, all of them. Singing wise, I can't sing, so yeah. But I do appreciate good singers. I've tried singing. I've got my 3-song EP up there. I'm not that great. The music's okay, I suppose. Alright, so now we'll do the lips, big luba lips. Oh, just finish this off, the eye, sorry. Gotta finish what you started. Finish what you start. Make your bed in the morning. Huh, who does that? Leave a comment below if you make your bed in the morning. So, now, here's another thing. Just gonna draw that in, sorry. So now his eyeball is raised now. You can kind of start telling that it's starting to become raised. Therefore it's going to cast a shadow, isn't it? So get your 45 angle, so it's going to go there. And it doesn't have to be a dark shadow. Just finish that off. Okay. So this is curved as well. Imagine this is like curved like that. Did you see that little line? And about there. His big lever lips goes in. So he's just got to do contours. And then he comes back out the shadow. So this is just a shadow line. It kind of falls away. So this doesn't have to be perfectly round. This is where you kind of got to know the curvature of this surface and the lips and the curvature of this ring around his eye. Oh, it's going to be darker than his face. We've just sketched it in for now, but now we know that there's going to be a shadow there. Just going to cruise around here, get this in. So he's in the foreground, so everything else is going to fall behind him, so I don't have to kind of consider like weeds or something, like this grass area. That's all in the background. And yeah, you do it in your own order. Whatever you feel is good for you, you do that. Don't have to copy me. I highly recommend you don't copy anyone. I highly recommend you be your own artist. It's always nice to, like, you know, start with something like this, you know, but definitely go off and find your own thing. Alright, so his teeth. Like that, like that, like that. Kind of got mangy teeth like a pig. There is a pig over there. Can you see him? Yeah. On that. This is nostril. This is where you can be creative a little bit. Now, his head's kind of going in that direction. So, imagine this is like a hole. A hole. Man, did I say that right? Imagine it's a hole. There we go. So it's going to get darker in there. And what about here soft? Might just do a faint little outline there. But in his nostril, you want to do that curvature. Like that. And then you get your blending stick. Go in there. Go on the top edge and you blend it back in, but it gets darker as you go in and lighter as you come forward. Doing that, like that. There you go, and we do the other nostril. So this starts giving it depth on the inside now. So we've done depth on the outside with the eye. It's popping out. Now we're doing inner depth, if you will. inside of the nostrils. And right like that. Now his mouth, I'm just going to do black. And I could do the same in there. Yeah, I might just do the same in there, just a little bit. Like the inside of his gums. But it's going to get harder to ooze into the paper. Like so. Now, I do have a real tiny little smudge stick. Where's that gone? Oh, there it is. Found it. Ooh, look at that. Got different sizes. Yeah. Different size smudge sticks. Oh yeah. So, this is really fine. So, do the bottom of his tooth. And then, where his lip is, you can do a shade there. Shade there. Just helps embed the teeth back into his head. Yeah. Looks like it's in a few mil. So now, same with these lips. Give them lighter lips. And just get this bigger smudge stick. Go around there. Down there. So we're doing the bottom side. So when we come around here, it's going to be this side. See, it's on the bottom and on the bottom. That's on, because the light's coming that way, we're doing the shadow that side. Blend that all in. Like so. Okay, now we see, now this here is gonna be, just trying to think, be more of a, now we're gonna repeat, sorry, we're gonna repeat this kind of technique on the actual head itself, on the face. So it's going to be darker in this corner and lighter up here. And I've put like a bit of a wedge there, or whatever you want, an indentation too. So just remember that this is going to be darker by a couple of shades. So, and these are usually what, black on their head. So it's going to be quite dark. Now just do this, just so I'm not going over the edge, out to the edge here. You know how you learnt as a 5-year-old child not to go outside the lines when you're drawing in your colour book or whatever. Same thing. So hopefully I can break this down for even beginners. Feeling like it's just, the techniques are quite simple. I guess it's the imagination side of it that people struggle with. I had someone yesterday ask me if they could learn from me because he's having trouble, one with his technique, but two, just getting ideas out of his head. I think that's the hard part as an artist. That's why you see a lot of copycats out there. copycats out there. Mm. Now, where's my water and pestle? Where'd that brush go? Oh man. No, where is it? There it is. Get your mortar and pestle out. The blends are a lot nicer, they're a lot smoother with the brush here. But I've got to really get this dark, that shadow, and that's not quite cutting it. Alright, that's okay, like, you can always go darker. That's rule of thumb. Rule of thumb is you always go darker. It's harder to take the darkness out of it. There we go, see? You kind of do want to just give it a, like, leave the a few highlights in there. It kind of just doesn't take away from the form as much if you did it completely black. Like that, you smudge stick out and really get it into it. So same principle applies with this shading on this eye part. So there's your 45 there roughly. So we've come to that edge like there, and now we want to start on this edge. Start giving that the shade that side. There you go. Smudge this in. Now if I do a little shadow above here, kind of makes the lip come, or the face join into the lip, but it's got like a little bevel coming in. Now don't just kind of leave it. I mean, do what you want. Do what you want. I'm kind of talking to myself. Texture. So you can leave it smooth. You can do texture. You can do hair or fur, whatever. There's kind of going to be like a smoothish with texture kind of a thing going on. So don't be afraid to put like little dimples and whatnot, or just, you know, bits of it's almost like cracking, like that skin texture maybe, I don't know. This texture here, that one, I don't know how to describe it. Just give it a bit of texture, like, yeah, it's like cracked mud almost. Like the dried up cracked mud. When I look at that, look at some dried cracked mud, just adds to it. I mean, you can leave it smooth if you like, if that's your style, do whatever you want. Just kind of just takes it away from that perfectness, if you will. It gives it a bit more character, I think. Yeah. So I'm just going to go around here and blacken this up a bit more. So if you haven't noticed, I'm still, as I'm working all this, I'm still got the eye technique going with his face, so I have to, you know, kind of adapt it to the lips and whatnot. Rio, ow. And see how I'm just putting in little bits of almost like little cracks and lines in his lips. It helps with like the texture of the drawing, but also it kind of helps with the three-dimensional side of it. Helps with the three-dimensional side of it too. Isn't that right, Rio? Yes. Just a bit more, come on. There we go. Smudge stick out again. Now that kind of like ring there around his nostril, if you can see that, that's just a subtle one. I didn't want to go too full on. So just start with this other eye. First, come around, comes out like that, do the dome, this is pupil there, and that's his highlight, that part there. So once again, Austin Jake just asked me if I was drawing an upright surface. The answer is no, but yes. 90% of the time I will. I'm a sign writer by trade. I was voted #1 airbrush artist and sign writer in Australia. So I'll just show you a little demonstration with my... Oh, don't spill them. So this is a mail stick. That's a mail stick. It's an old golf club. I just chopped the that end off. So yeah, you just do this. And so this is how I was taught to do things in my trade. Imagine, well, just get a brush. Get a brush and you go like that and it keeps your hand off your work. So, I mean, I could teach people how to do that too. Just keeps your hand clean, keeps everything around it clean, and yeah, way to go. So that's how I was taught professionally. There you go, little lesson for the day. But yeah, you do you. We had to stand up too. Couldn't sit down. Stand like a man. Yep, because you won't be sitting down on the job when you're, you know, sign writing on a wall or a window or whatever. So yeah, I'm not one of these sign writers these days. Well, they shouldn't be called sign writers anymore. We're kind of like the last ones, my generation. So we'll just stick on stickers. Just a sticker shop now. Graphic designers think they're sign writers. They stick it on. We can stick on some cheap vinyl and charge you twice as much. I'm just going to do a small little, same again, that nostril flare, if you will. Do that again. But see how I haven't done that side yet? It's kind of just real subtle. Now, once again we do that dome thing. This is where I could use my stick now. Keeps my hand off the page. Just want to do real light bit of light grey there. Yeah, don't bite me. Off that too. That's that one done. Once again, don't be scared to put, like, you know, something like that through it. Kind of looks like it's reflecting something. Adds to the shininess, I guess. Like that and that. Right, now we'll do it down here. Now his eyeball as well is going to have a shadow, not much, just a little one, down about there. You've got his antennas too, his antenna's going to cast a shadow, that's cool. So, do a bit of a shadow through here, and then we've got to go over the eyeball a little bit. Do it about halfway. That shadow of this antenna about halfway, because the shadow is going to end where that middle point is. Just blend it off like that. So that's the shadow of the antenna, and this antenna is going to come down there like that. Got that in his head, and it's going to come back up, it's going to rise again, but then we'll just kind of just blend it out like it's disappearing. Shadows kind of do that. Possibly put just a touch of it up here, but yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So the thing is, like with these complex, if you want to call them that, complex or highly detailed drawings or paintings, it's to micromanage it. There's an old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. So in this case we're doing, see how I just did the eye, I did the mouth, did around here, did the nostrils. Now I'm doing the antennas, I did that eye. Just do one thing at a time. Hi Norway, Santa Claus. Yeah, one thing at a time, and like do it and get it correct. It's, I don't know, like people, I know my brain is different to a lot of people's, but if you break it down, do it in small pieces, yeah, I find this easy, whereas I can imagine if you struggling with your artwork, or you're just learning or whatnot, it'd be quite difficult and even overwhelming for some people, and they just go, oh, can't do it, walk away. You know, and there's always practice too. Just got to practice until you get it right. So I'll complete the rest of his face and then I'll do the antennas, Do one thing at a time. Once again, don't be scared to put texture or whatnot in his face. On the skin, whatever it is. What would they have? Is it skin? It's like a shell, isn't it? It's like insect shell stuff. But even that stuff up close has got a bit of a sheen and a, you know, that crackling going on and whatnot. Yeah. Alright, now we'll do his antennas. So shadow would be on that side. There we go. A bit like that, a bit like that. These here I might just put like little dimples or something. Texture. Like his, I don't know. He's scanning the airwaves. Trying to pick up heavy metal radio station. That's what he's trying to do. You can even put like a little zzz through there, which is what I might do. I'll just get the sketch out. So I might have to rub this part out. There's my eraser. That's why it's always good to plan your drawing with just a pencil first. That was just like a spare of the minute idea. So do like a little zap. How do we draw that? Zap. There we go, like a little lightning, I guess. Zzz, zzz, zzz. There we go. So we do that. So we'll just draw that in. Always remember to keep your pencil sharp too. You've got to do fine lines. Yeah. That's a hard. I like my mediums and softs. That's a soft. There we go. Grey. Because they would be black. Like these antennas would actually be black. So you kind of draw them a little bit darker than normal. But leave a highlight as well. Leave like, you know. Yeah, leave a highlight. It just adds to it. Once again, you just add that little bit of, like I'm doing with his lips, like a little bit of that going on. 3D's it up. Okay, so that's his face. Done his face. Oh man, I'm gonna stretch me back. Probably another thing I'm not really good at. Bloody bug wings. We'll give this a crack, Just want to get on just a touch bigger. Their wings are clear all the way through, aren't they? Yeah. Oh. Might hurt if I just double up the thickness of the line there. It's kind of part of the style. like that. This one's here. There we go. Just do one like that, I think. Yeah. There we go. So you draw a wing, I think. Just got to give it the old treatment here. Now these things are kind of see-through, their wings, aren't they? So I am going to start, I'll do this for now, but I do want to put like a foggy, if you want to call it that, part of his body there, so you can see through it. That would be pretty cool. Is it a yellow bee with black bands or black bee with yellow bands? We get blue banded bees in Australia. So they're actually blue. Instead of yellow, they're blue. I've drawn quite a few of them, or painted them actually. I think they're on the graffiti bug series on my website. Go to my website and buy a t-shirt or a print if you like. Be what the fans want. It's not what I want, it's be what the fans want. You've got to keep the fans happy. Oh yeah. He's got his bee's knees right there. Don't forget the bee's knees. It's one of the most important parts of the bee, is the bee's knees. Or she's just not doing it right. Got his little feet. Don't know how their feet go, so I've just drawn them like this. Yeah, you can draw yours however you like. So this is where you can use a blunter pencil now. So try and keep your sharp pencils for just your sharp lines. Blunt pencils, when they start getting blunter, use them to do shade in bigger areas. I'm going to try and make this a little bit furry. I don't like drawing fur, but if I do it like that, it kind of looks like fur. Now, see how I'm just drawing, even this is going to be the yellow part, the lighter part, I've still got to shade it. Still got to put in texture, still got to put in, you know, a little bit of stuff in there. I'll just do it lighter. That's it. There we go. And then we can come over it with the sharp pencil. Just put in little flicks of stuff. So it looks like hair. There. Now, his whole body, from about there, I reckon, he's going to have a shade. Remember that 45? So, we have to put that in as well. Just run that like that. It's the hard part, learning, figuring out where to put all the shades. All your textures right. There, like that, yeah. Look at how your hand starts looking like after a while. Edward Scissorhands. Alright, what else? That's right, I was gonna, now, I've got to do this wing. Do the wing, make a decision, stick with it. Goes like that, something like that, and out like that, that one like that. Right. Alright, there we go. Now, I'm going to do that bit of a darken those pieces up here. So, imagine it's coming through like, come on, like that. There we go, kind of see-through. Does that work? I don't know, you tell me. See-through wings, okay. He's got his stinger. Couldn't do his stinger last time, but now we might have to. This can kind of like be a little bit distorted too, because you're kind of looking through it, and it's kind of a little bit bent. Alright, how's that looking, everyone? Getting there? It's a bit of a process, I know, but this is why my drawings and paintings take forever. There we go. You can see his stinger now through his wing. Oh yeah, that leg. Hey. So that's all pollen, so we can kind of, you know, give this the treatment. Wouldn't be straight up and, you know, wouldn't be fully smooth. If you look at them, they're real kind of textured, aren't they? Do that. Bigger bits and smaller bits, and yeah. It's like his leg warmer. It's like ballerinas. Oh, ballerinas wear them. Daniel Johns. Is that the Daniel Johns from Silverchair? I did a painting of Daniel Johns in Silverchair and got him to sign it, but I never got a photo of it with him. They were in their bus getting escorted in and out. So yeah, they quickly signed it and took off. I was like, give that the treatment. That's how you want to do it. Now this will be darker down here again, darker there, you know. Just leave the treatment. That's too bloody loose. Yeah. Hello Nancy Downer on TikTok. How are you? I'm recording this for YouTube, so if you want to ask any questions, I'll answer them on YouTube for you. See how I'm doing this as a, like I'm going over this again. Alright, now his wing. Just doubling up that edge, the thickness of the stroke. Do it to this one as well. Down there, like that, like that. One goes out there, I think. One goes out here, one goes out there. Something like that. And there's another one. Does it go that way or that way? Put it on the back edge on that one, so I'll do it back edge again. There we go, like that. I don't know how B-leaning for my liking. It's good to have the texture in there, but you've got to kind of smooth it out, I guess. that guy. Can you hear Rio? He's saying hello. Hello, Rio. What are you doing, Rio? He's in his nest. He built a nest in my laundry sink. Had this old box and started tearing it up. Alright, so there you go. That's how you draw a bee. I'll do a tutorial on what? Do the doll. I've got Sarah, teacups, I've got the pig. So there's probably 4. There's probably 4 more tutorials I could do on this. Learn to draw with whatever. There's a bee. I still got to do his pot and all that, but there we go. Like, subscribe and share. Leave a comment below. Got any questions about the techniques or the products or whatever I used? Give us a shout out. It's all good. It's what the fans want. See you next time. Bye.